Nation Speaks, where we talk to people about skillful people about their journey, their thoughts about life in general, and also a little bit about, in this case, a lot about, in today's episode especially, a lot about the music industry and how is it like working with many different types of people, right? So before we get into our today's episode and today's pretty guests, a little bit of housekeeping. If you live in Puchong, Shah Alam, or around this area, this meaning Puchong area, or even PJ, and if you have nothing to do at home now because it's CMCO, come to Major Music for your musical needs. They have all sorts of different classes at a very affordable rate. So come with your family, your friends, learn something new. Time. Come here, Major Music. And also, I'm very excited about this one. Music Nation now have a physical space / studio thingy at Kedai KL at Masa Avenue. So there we offer different kinds of group classes. So for example, songwriting class, music theory 101 for adults. If you want to know what your kids are up to, come. And also, just a hint of something, we might be doing a collaboration with ClassPass. So if you know what that is, check us out there as well, Music Nation and also Major Music. And today, let me dive right into our guests. We have the very amazing Tiga So.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Good. I love the color coordination.
Yes.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
You're actually part of us too. You have the white, so
Yeah.
I have the white, but not the orange. You should have told me earlier. Then I could be,
Then you can be on Patso lah.
Yeah.
Welcome
Never
guys.
mind.
yeah,
Your makeup got a bit of
orange, coral.
A bit lah.
Yeah.
Because you know
lah.
the we have the skin tone, right? What's it
Yeah.
called? Yellow
Undertone.
undertones.
Yeah.
Undertones. That's something.
Yes, girl.
So whatever I've learned, whatever warm colors would suit our skin tone more,
Yeah.
and that's where I get more compliments lah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yep.
All right, so before we get started, something. This is what I've been asking almost everybody because this year has been so unpredictable, so challenging in a way where, you know, sometimes you for me at least, like I sit at home and I stare at the walls and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Because everything that you've planned this year have been derailed one way or another, right?
Yeah.
So how has it been like for you guys as a band and also individually?
And first of all, I think we should introduce ourselves first, so
Right,
everybody
right,
know our
sorry.
name.
Everybody know Tiga So.
sorry.
I'm such a bad host. Sorry.
But
Just in case,
yeah,
you know.
guys watching, we are close friends with Joe.
Yeah, that's why we're all like, we'll just start talking and start chatting.
We
But
already have the chemistry. Yeah.
You know what? If you don't know, Google lah.
Yeah.
They're all on social media. So
Well, if you're new on social media, check us out.
exactly. If you don't know and you're here watching, what these pretty ladies are, go Google lah. Anyways,
okay,
sorry.
just for the sake of it, my name is Kelly Siu.
My name is Acha Amira.
And my name's Alicia Dana.
And together we are
Tiga So.
Not juga.
Not juga.
So later we'll practice one with Joe. So that
Yeah.
we can say empat
But
so.
Some more we'll do 4 parts harmony.
Yeah.
So what was the question?
Yeah.
I am not prepared. The question.
Yeah, going back to the question of 2020 with the
Yes.
pandemic happening and everything. As a band, it's definitely tough because we always, I feel like we're very productive when we're together.
Yeah.
Whether we're writing something or we're planning out for our next cover
Yeah.
or just planning the months ahead in general.
Yeah.
So that definitely, it's still possible virtually, like, you know, with messaging each other, you know, brainstorming and stuff. But of course, it's not the same as being physically together.
Yeah.
So as a band, I feel like it's tougher right now to be the most productive that we can be. Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Definitely agree
I
with that.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have sisters, right?
Yes, Jiwang. Yeah, you have Jiwang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't see them also. So you guys are more productive than us, right? And for the love of God, no more Zoom calls or Google Meet.
Okay, on this, they can relate because they teach as well.
Yeah,
Oh my
online
gosh.
classes. My God, I'm actually diving into scheduling online classes right now, and the whole day was emailing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's why you see me. I so stressed.
And online music classes.
Yes, that's why.
It's the worst.
I hate it.
Right. Okay, because when we're performing, we need the live interaction,
Yeah,
the
to
live
feed off the
audience, right?
energy.
Right, and that's us performing, right?
Yeah.
Moreover, teaching is such an intimate experience,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And when especially for a kid, if they don't get it, I see my sister teaching violin over Zoom, right? I'm like, half an hour just tuning violin. I was like,
Yeah.
No, you know what's the worst bit?
What
It's
is
when you're like, can you guys please turn on your cameras?
Oh,
Please
yeah.
turn on your cameras. And they're just not there. Like, guys, hi.
Hi,
Are
you're
you guys
mute.
there?
you're mute. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No answer. Silence.
Oops, terputus.
I'm very curious, like to you guys, right? Because you guys teach and everything. So do you feel like you're talking to yourself?
Yeah, all the time. Sometimes I'm like, hey guys, how are you guys feeling today? Well, I'm feeling great. I'll just go on about myself until somebody was like, hi, Che. Hi, Che. We're here, Che. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Che.
Che. Yeah, Che. I don't know what it is about kids nowadays with the abbreviation. Like, teacher is too long of a word to say.
Teacher.
Yeah, no,
Che.
it's Che now.
Yeah, not even miss or whatever.
No, it's Che.
Yeah. I've even for college students. So. Anyways,
Anyway, we digress.
so Kelly,
Yes.
I like to start with you first. Because
Okay.
We go down.
Yeah, we go around like this.
Yeah.
Can.
Right.
Can.
So, I know you guys individually before you guys are Tiga Soul, right? Yeah. So, how has it been? Being an individual, independent artist, and then joining, forming this group. What is the mentality, or is there a switch? Is there, because for me, it's at first it's just Joe. All right, I get to do what I want to do, sing what I want to sing, wear what I want to wear, and then the boys can just like, okay lah, you guys, pasu bunga at the back. Not really, they're super important, but so. And then when when we started G1, it's like, oh, now I actually have to ask how they feel. What are we wearing? Things like that. So that there was a bit of a switch for me. So how was that like for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is a really, really great question. And I don't think anyone has ever asked this before to us. So great. Thank you so much. So because I've been in the scene for almost, I think in KL for almost 10 years now. And Tiga So is around 3 years old plus. Almost 4 years. So the switch actually was not so... I didn't even think about it that much because I've been always wanted to I've always wanted to be in the girl band. So since young,
Spice Girls.
because my influence, people like Destiny's Child, like growing up with 90s music, it's like, wow, so nice to be in the girl group. Even a Chinese girl group, SHE.
Yeah.
My God. I always was, always had that dream of doing that. So transforming into a girl group wasn't difficult. I think it's more like, I feel like I found home because KL is not my home. Because I'm from Sarawak, right? So from Sarawak, and then I did my studies in Australia. So I actually had a semi-girl band there also, but because I had to move and the other girl also moved to somewhere else.
Right.
So I came back here and I was working alone for a long time. And that was really
singing alone, right?
Yeah, it's hard, hard to do it on your own, especially as a female in this industry. I'm sure everybody can relate.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So when the time came that we worked in the cabaret together, we have like a few females together. It was like mind blowing for me.
Tell people what is a cabaret.
Well, the cabaret show, we actually had a show club. I wouldn't say it's like a traditional cabaret per se.
no, definitely not.
Because we did quite modern music. Sometimes we do like 70s, 80s throwback, but mostly like EDM dance music.
Right.
So a few of us will perform on the same night, and it will be 2 minus 1 track because it's like a DJ kind of thing. So we sing, and then we have choreography with all the songs. So that was actually a pretty interesting time.
And
we did that for
costume.
6 months.
Yeah, so that was under Joanne Kam.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
also how.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kampopo.
That's how I reunited with Kelly and
Yes.
then met Alicia
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
During that cabaret
Yes.
Correct.
6-month contract thing.
She came
I
in a
came
bit
late.
later. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see.
August, right? You can meet.
I don't even remember. So long ago.
So we always say that Joanne Kampopo is our mama lah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely has the vibe. Like she's like the fierce, like don't mess with me kind
Yeah.
of mama, but she gets things done.
Done.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So what about you, Alicia?
So
Gossip a bit.
There we go.
Yeah.
Angkat.
and also I speak quite softly. I just laugh very loud. But so I started with musical theatre.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a musical theatre girl. And when I came back to Malaysia, I still did musical theatre. I was trying to find my ground. It's really difficult when you go overseas for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And then you come back and you don't know who is who and what is what
Yeah.
because you've changed.
Yeah. And people here change as well. Nothing stayed the
Exactly.
same.
It's a very interesting wave that you have to ride.
Yep. Yep.
When you come back. So I did some musical theatre shows, cabaret. I did cabaret the musical. I did
Oh.
Into the Woods. It was all here. It was under Pan Productions. Shout out Pan Productions.
Ay.
Yeah. So
I see, okay.
I did that, and then Lumash, you know Lumash? No. So Lumash had contacted me, and he was like, "Hey, there's this cabaret going on," and then Joanne was there, and then she was like, "Oh." Ashley told me about you, Ashley Chan. Shout out Ashley Chan. She was like, "Oh yeah, Alicia, why don't you ask her to join?"
Yeah.
So then I got the call. I was like, "Come and watch the girls." That night, Kelly, Sachi, and Permayin, they were all singing, and I literally just went, "Okay."
Just like
I was intimidated. They were so good, and
yeah.
it's so many songs.
Yeah.
And it's so many songs, so much choreography, and
Yeah.
they did such an amazing job. And after that, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try it out.
Yeah.
And I never thought in a million years I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go into the music industry because musical theater and music very different.
Wow. Same tone some more.
Very different. Yeah. So going into it, after the show ended and everything, I was like, oh, I really miss singing with the girls. I really miss it. So I called them and I was like, hey guys, do you want to do a girl group? Do you want to have a girl group? And then they're like, yeah, sure, let's try it out.
Yeah.
And then we did our first show and it just hit off from there. Yeah. And I feel it's really nice because one, I get to learn from both of them. But at the same time, I'm discovering who I am in the process of it.
Yes.
So that's the beauty about being in a girl group.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of it. So
Yeah, being
that's
part of something other than yourself, right?
yeah. And you really do learn a lot because obviously musical theater, it has its own disciplines and it has its own entities or whatever it is. But music, for me, it's best to learn from people who are very nurturing and very caring and want you to win.
Yes, they want you to succeed.
Yeah, they want you to win. Like these girls,
Yeah.
die, they will want you to win. You know what I mean? Die, they will want you to.
Yes.
No, even if you're having a hard day, it's like, it's okay. We got you.
Yeah.
What you need? Let's go.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you get from a girl group or any group because you're working with so many wonderful people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
I know that's true, especially with Sachi, because we went to school together, right?
Yeah.
So like you and Christine, like I've always been very I've always admired your friendship.
Oh.
Right. So because it's hard. Like we said, in this industry, especially with all females, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into that after this, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, sure.
a little bit. How was your transition, or was there a transition in mindset and things?
Yeah,
like
there definitely was. And my musical background is very similar to yours. You know, after ICOM, we had to just grind and hustle. We did all the pub shows and everything. You know, like we all did everything on our own. Yeah, so wonderful times.
It's all over now. No more.
So I agree with what both have mentioned. So maybe I'll talk a bit more of the challenges that maybe personally I face. So I am kind of leading and managing the group.
Yeah.
And for me, I have this pressure on myself where everything I have to make sure that I'm leading Kao Kao. You know, I have to do everything perfect.
Yeah.
So I also had to learn in being a girl group in how to communicate with Kelly, how to communicate with Alicia, and how to make sure that like even their expectations are also
Fulfilled.
fulfilled
Yeah.
and achieved.
Yeah.
But then I realized, right, with them, they were such a good support system that I was putting that unnecessary pressure on myself.
From yourself,
From
right?
myself.
Yeah.
That took a toll on my mental health. Yeah.
Is it anak sulung?
Oh, anak
Is
sulung.
it?
Yes,
Anak
exactly,
sulung thing.
kakak.
Right?
Yes, it's a kakak thing.
Same.
So even they were like, you know, you can chill.
Chill.
Like, you can, Sachi, you can take a break, like rest. It was causing my anxiety. It was causing a lot of like physical problems. You need to rest. And I'm the one like stubborn, like, no, I need to make
I
sure
can do
this is
this.
done. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
for the group, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But it's also thanks to them, Tiga Soul's branding right now is solid. You know, like with Kelly, she handles the vocal arrangement and she also helps me with posting as well. With Alessia, she helps bring all the students to vote for us.
Yo, I bring them.
The
She brings
support.
the students, she brings, she does the PR and she does the choreography as well. And I'm handling the marketing side and also dealing with clients.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's it as well, right? Not just within the group, but also representing Tiga Soul and dealing with clients, the business side of things.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So
Yeah.
many people think that, you know, like, and I'm guilty of this as well, because in school, nobody taught us, you know, how to business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are our rights as a musician or as an artist? If
So
you're
true.
if you're a musician, your sessionist, things like that, what are your, you know, for example, something very minimum, your standard rate.
Yeah.
All right? Or if you're an artist and you have songs on Spotify, things like that, copyrights issues.
Yes.
Publishing
Yep.
things. That's why we ask. I asked.
With the distribution as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, distribution, right? Like if we play your song, would we get flagged or like copyright issues, things like that? All of this we learn on the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming back to, you know, forming the group, it's been almost 4 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Anticipating a question. Like, what's she gonna ask
Anything,
now?
yeah.
how has it been from the start versus now? And what are some of the biggest kinks that you guys have to work out? Yeah. Real talk with Tiga Soul.
Real talk.
Very real thing.
That's all.
Yeah. Kelly, you want to start first?
Can. So, in terms of how we overcome the challenges, I guess is that if I
Challenge.
rephrase the question.
Yes, and also challenges in terms of personalities in the band, and also
Okay. No. Yeah.
musically,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because we all have different voices,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we take what things like that. So two sides.
I think for me, right, I'm a very technical and scientific person per se, because coming from a medical background, right?
Exactly, I was
very,
about to say.
very science. So for me, it's I concentrate, like Sachi said, I work a lot more on the vocal parts of it. So
Yes.
it's like the teacher parts and science part. So
Teacher
you always
mode
see
on.
me working on the arrangement, and then my mind is like the memes like that.
With all the numbers.
Yeah.
So for me, I guess it's best for me to talk about this part of the challenge
Yes.
block, right? Because the three of us, obviously, you can see that not only we look different, we also sound different.
Yes.
We have very different tones, timbre, and also range.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also the strength and weaknesses. Also, I know everyone quite well, I would say by now.
Right.
So initially, when we tried to arrange songs, it was just a mess. Do you remember? Do you remember like the first few rehearsal? Like one song also took us 2 hours. You know, like because it's hard. Like for 3 person to sing together, you need to figure out who sings which parts better.
And
Definitely.
also,
Yeah.
then our confidence level was very different.
Yeah.
You know, because it's our first time being in a girl group here, right?
Yes.
So of course, everyone's like,
Yeah.
okay, like this one lah. Wait, no, we change.
And then like overstepping or not,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what boundaries
Correct.
or not.
Correct.
I think it's better if you take that one.
Maybe you don't sing this part, you sing that part. Then someone angry, like, you know.
And then I have to make it clear, like, okay, this is not a personal attack. This
Yes.
is just for the craft.
Yes,
At the
yes,
end, you know,
yes.
the quality of the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the music to be good, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
So initially was like that lah. So and we found that it was not so efficient working
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. So slowly, like
No shit.
even with our covers, right?
Yeah.
At the first
Oh
few
my
covers, we just sat there. We tried to figure out the harmonies on the spot. Can you imagine like one cover we took almost 7-8 hours to record?
And the song is max 2 minutes only. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
On Instagram,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
On
On
YouTube,
YouTube.
yeah.
And it took us so long. So eventually, you know, like until now, I'm actually pretty proud of that because now we have a system. Now I just assign parts.
Yeah. And now because of that, we have a solid foundation.
Yes.
Right.
So I know Sachi can do this note really well, and I know Alyssa can do this riff really well. And
Yeah.
if we got like fast rapping part, then I will give to Sachi, and then some belting note I will do. But then everybody can belt. So
Right.
so you know everybody gets a chance to do this and
Yeah.
that. So I make sure that in one song. Maybe not necessarily everyone will shine, but if it's a particular genre, we will highlight someone first.
Yeah.
Right.
And then mostly everybody will get the favorite parts lah. So every time I give the song, Alyssa will be like, "Oh, I love this part." I'm like, "I know."
I know you, girl.
That's exactly why I gave you the part.
Yes. And then this harmony, why so hard one? I'm like, "I know you can do it."
Yeah.
And the nurturing, the encouragement. I know you
Yes.
can do it. It's for the betterment of our group.
Yeah.
So now I'm quite proud of this process lah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, even for covers as well, I would just like, okay, guys, I'll pre-record these parts. You guys just learn along to it, and then we come and record. So
Right.
it takes less than 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Time efficient.
Yeah.
And then because you know each other so well already now, like where your tone is and things like that, what your favorite parts are. Like magic just happened lah.
Yeah, and I think individually also we're more comfortable recording on our own now as well.
Yeah.
Because Alicia, when she first started, it was so cute. Oh my god, it was okay.
so scared.
This was our the Christmas medley, our first.
Oh yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
medley.
Very first cover.
Oh, it was so chomel. Her voice was perfect, okay, but
Yes.
she herself was like, they were like, babe, you can louder.
Louder.
This is my loudest already. Then after that, literally
see.
a year later, boom! Now she's like,
Go. You go.
girl, you go, girl. Yeah.
Just come out, right?
Yeah.
Because three of you guys, like, honestly, three of you are powerhouses, right?
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Same
And
with you, babe.
Yes.
Oh yes, girl.
fake it till you make it.
That's true. Make it.
And now,
Story of my life.
oh my God, don't remind.
Tea.
All right. So, how do you feel about what are some of the kings that that
For
for you
me,
personally, yeah.
personally, one is confidence. Number two would be timing. That we've actually
yeah.
worked
Oh,
on.
like rhythm.
No, like
as in
our scheduling.
Schedules.
Yeah, do tell her.
Oh,
yeah, that year,
yes.
yeah, that you just
so
crashed.
crashed.
What
So the
happened?
year, I think it was the first year going into the second year-ish kind of time.
Yeah.
And I was working almost 5 jobs. Huh? Yes, I was working 5
Baby, don't need
jobs.
sleep.
No need.
Oh, because we're still young,
I was
right?
still young. I was young then. I'm still young, but still, I was younger. But I was working 5 jobs, and it was the time where I was thinking that, when people, especially older people, when they're like, "Hey, you're still young. You should work a lot.
Yeah.
Why are you complaining? Keep working."
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of took that personally, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm young. I have to work. Like I have to work every day."
Right.
So I was working Monday to Sunday, 7 days a week.
While also trying to incorporate
yeah.
Tiga
Soul.
Soul schedule. if we had recording or shoots or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was just, I didn't realize how burnt out I was coming to the later part of it.
Yes.
I was so burnt out. And I remember I went for
UK trip.
I went for my Europe trip with my family, and it was just for 2 weeks. And when I came back that evening, we had sound check at Alexis.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we were sending her all our band recordings
Yeah.
during her trip.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so I learned
Your
it
parts,
there.
You have to memorize blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And when I came back,
On vacation.
yes, and I learned all my parts on the flight back.
Yeah. But to be fair, the date was already
Yeah.
promised much before.
Yeah.
So she already also promised us, don't worry, girls, I'll make sure
can
I'll
do
put
it.
a day just to rehearse
Yeah.
for this on her own.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did all of that. But when I came back after that trip was such a eye opener. Yeah, it was so soulful. So it
Much
was
needed
just
lah.
definitely much needed. And when I came back, I was like, I'm gonna quit a few of my jobs. And it was like, this is what I want. Now I just need to figure out how I'm gonna do it. And I think the process of letting go of what other people's expectations are of you
Yes.
is a big thing, especially in Asian culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Asian parents, not my parents,
Yeah.
not my parents, but my parents are very supportive. But just the Asian culture in general is very, you should do this, you should do that, you should be this, you should be that.
Or like you should be here by now.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 But at the end, but it's so weird because I'm not you.
Correct. This is your life.
Yeah, and the generation is so different.
Yeah.
How I see my life is very different from how you see your life. So
Yeah.
that
Or how you see my life.
yeah. But you see how you see my life is not the truth.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's okay. So I let go of my jobs.
Yeah.
I put Tiga so and everything just fell into place.
Yep.
And I was just so happy then. And then obviously we had our originals and everything coming up. And my confidence was really, like, I would say I'm a confident person for other people.
When you need to be.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But a confident person for myself is a completely different thing. I can fake it. But to truly be confident within yourself is a whole different thing. And it's because of the girls that I became more confident.
And also, of course, because of her hustle. Because I remember
Yeah.
when we were doing the Joanne Come show, right? She came to me and she's like, babe, my savings right now is like nearly kosong. Okay.
Yeah.
From that moment, I remember she worked her butt off. She bought her own car. She bought her own house.
Not bought house, rent.
renting lah.
Rent.
Still
Belum
But still, watching that,
Being able to
achievement
pay
for
it.
her,
Yeah.
So I made sure. I remember I told Sachi, I was like, she was like, babe, what's with your makeup? I was like,
Told us the makeup story.
So I had Elianto, shout out to Elianto, cheap and cheerful, you know?
Still awesome.
Oh,
though.
yes. I had 2 eyeshadow palettes. Not eyeshadow, just eyeshadow.
The
Like,
quads.
yeah, the quads.
Yeah.
I had 1 gold and I had 1 brown.
Right.
Right? The gold one was my eyeshadow, my highlighter, and then the brown one was for my eyebrows, my contour, and then I had 1 like pinkish lipstick that was for my blush and for my lips, and that was it. And I had mascara, and that was my makeup. Yeah, that was it
You should
for
do,
shows.
what's it called? Minimalist makeup, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
the
was
thing,
it.
when you watched her then, right?
Yeah.
Her makeup was so professional that
Still
you wouldn't
good.
think that
Yeah.
her collection was just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. And then after a while, I was like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get there. And so I did.
Right.
Yeah. So it took time,
Yeah.
but you can get there eventually.
So because she's the
Hustle.
baby of the group too, that for me and Kelly, we watch her growth is like,
Yeah.
Very
It's like,
proud.
wow.
Yeah, mamas.
Proud mamas, right? Or
Yeah.
kakak.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I think one thing I really want to bring out is when she was actually close to burning out that time, she was still trying to be so strong,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
and then we
yeah,
feel
yeah.
so like we are intuitive that way. We can feel it, but
Yeah.
then she's like, fine. And then after that, girl, I'm burning out. I'm like, yeah,
We know.
Coming.
yeah, because at the same time, remember Christian also had the injury.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Her boyfriend
yeah.
had a bad
Christian.
injury at the same
Ah,
time.
yeah,
She
yeah.
had all this work to finish, and then Tiga Soul's commitments as
Yeah.
well. So we were
Yeah.
like, just breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah,
it was
it was a lot.
definitely a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. but it's okay.
Yeah.
But
It's
now we're
because of
good.
that now you grow.
Yeah.
Correct.
And like now we're good. Now we're everything's fine. And I feel like confidence wise, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And you should be good.
Oh yes,
Look at
girl. Grown.
Right?
Grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to the burnout part because that is
Very important.
Yeah.
very important. Yeah, because personally, we all have to make choices, right?
Yep.
For what's
Yeah.
best for us
Yeah.
and how we live our life. But we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So Sachi, yourself, what are some of the
The kinks.
Yeah.
Okay, for me personally, I think it just goes back to communication because me as I know myself, I have so many occurring thoughts and everything, but I have problem expressing it, and then I suffer alone inside.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So Kelly will know, and
Yeah, I know one.
Kelly will know, and then I'll know. Alicia also knows. She'll purposely ask me questions like, "How are you, babe?
Yeah.
Are you fine?"
To
And I'm
prompt,
just
right?
To prompt, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I always have that issue. Because again, it to me, I'm like, no, this is my problem. I have to deal with it on my own. But for them, like, it's okay. You can just express to us. So with them,
Yeah.
I learned how to be more vulnerable. You know, I
This
definitely learned.
feels like a relationship talk.
It is.
It is. It is.
And even I feel like our growth as a group too. Like the first year, we were very like still macam here, there, you know, like one touch and go. But now we're like, babe. I don't, babe. We're like, okay, wait, take it easy. Don't worry, you know, you got this. You know, we're here for you. Blah blah blah.
Let's flash it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely a stronger chemistry.
Yes.
A lot more trust and faith in the group and in each other to have each other's backs.
Yeah. And I
When-
think one healthy thing that we always remind each other is that this is not a competition.
Correct.
There is no Sachi featuring Kelly and Alessia. There is no Kelly featuring Sachi and Alessia or Alessia featuring Sachi and Kelly, you know?
Yeah.
This is Tiga Soul, and as a group, we just want to highlight each other all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
It's like, girl, you go, you do that. Yes, very good. Yes.
Because to be honest, now we're going into the whole female, us being females in
this industry,
in this
yeah.
industry, right? Especially in the star industry, because we're not just musicians; we are artists. We write our own songs, so that is a different track on its own already, right?
Yeah.
So that's where branding comes in, image comes in, personalities come in, and things like that, right? So stereotypically, we would always think, oh, girl group, confirm,
Got drama.
got drama, will be very catty. And I hate that this is the stereotype or the narrative
Yeah.
to begin
Yeah.
with, because why? You
Yeah.
know, like why is it the first thing, right? And that says something about us as a society
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
and who we think of each other in our community.
Yeah.
Because if we're not supportive of each other, how can we
Grow.
how can we grow and how can we expect other people to support us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So how do you guys deal with all the I hope that you guys didn't have to deal with this, but if you have in the past, how would you smooth out some negative smooth out negative comments or do things that show unity and support and empowerment. Yeah.
I think it's very easy. If you don't have the right mindset, it's very easy for a group to become catty. I mean, we've seen it time and time in college, in uni, in our friends group.
Yeah.
If you don't actually smooth it out and as a group, then this person start talking about this person start talking about then everything just falls apart.
Yeah.
I think we are lucky in that if anything starts to happen, we talk about it straight away.
Immediately.
Yeah, for our group at least, if we're not happy with whatever, we I mean, it has happened, and obviously we make sure that everything is communicated, because otherwise, what is the point? We have to work and we have to have the same mindset, even though maybe I don't like this part of this person or maybe this part, but we have to learn. It's like relationship, like you say. You have to accept the flaws.
Yes.
And you have to highlight and you love the strengths.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how I look at it, lah.
Yeah. And encourage what is good and then try to work on the negative parts. So not to say negative parts, but to improve.
Yeah.
yeah, because we're all work in progress, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So personalities and being, social figures,
Yeah.
right? So what are some of the challenges or I'm curious because me personally, this was what I wanted when I was younger. As a female singer, when you have youth and
Passion.
passion, right? On your
All the
side.
time.
Time.
Right, exactly.
What you mean, yep.
Yeah, time, passion, energy, and you're younger, you're still in school. What even is responsibility? And that was me. I wanted to be, a superstar or a Beyonce of Malaysia, things like that. And then something changed where I started going for the longevity of my career instead. So did that occur during like this is an individual question
Yeah.
because our trajectory change and our career change as well,
Yeah.
right? And who we are as people change,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yep,
Like
yep.
I've known you the longest, babe, and we've known each other almost 8 years now, 9 years now,
Yeah.
right? So I'm sure you've changed. I've definitely
Yeah.
changed, right? So how is dealing with being a social public figure is, and what are the pros and cons, and how did you manage it?
On top of my head right now, I think going back to that communication aspect, right? I realized that again, I also need to be secure in myself. So that there's no feelings of like, oh, why was she like that? Lah? At first, I took a lot of things personally. They would know. They saw my mood swings. Okay, let's be real here, okay?
Yeah.
But I also realized that I had to reflect on myself. Like, okay, why are you feeling like this?
Right,
What aspects are you insecure about that you're trying to take it out on them instead? So that's when I really
You're projecting.
yes.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
took a step back and reflected on that. So I tried to heal that part.
Yeah.
So that's why after that I realized it's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's okay to want to rest.
Yes.
And it's okay if some days I feel like, oh, I feel a bit fat or I feel like I'm not singing well. It's okay because the bad days happen.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But of course, I find so much comfort in knowing that they will still accept and love me
yeah.
for whatever happens. Yeah. Especially this year because I had a lot of bad health scares as well.
Yeah.
But they were like there. They were like, babe, don't worry. You take your time. You heal.
Yeah.
We'll be here no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why like when we're all together already, like ready, especially when our single came out, we're like, all right, let's go.
Let's go. Let's just go. Right. Just
Yeah.
do things.
Promo season was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh, babies.
Because if not now, when?
Yeah.
Right? You cannot perform. There are literally no places you're allowed to perform at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nada.
So that's why we're very happy that you called us for this
Yeah.
podcast. We're like, oh my God, we can see each other. We can like mix and match and talk about Tiga stuff.
Like just to be in the same space together. Because
Yeah.
I was doing a podcast online before, and I mean it's fun. It's cool to get to connect with different people, but this is what the reason why I started this in the first place, because where else can we, find time to sit like this and talk
Yep.
to each other like this so vulnerably and
Yeah.
so candidly, right?
Yeah.
And even with
Yeah.
your podcast, I remember when you first debuted, you was like, the YouTube, your
Oh
own
my
camera, front. The lighting also macam there, macam tak ada like that.
It's memang tak ada.
Natural lighting.
Look at you
Wow.
now. Look at this
Wow.
growth. The excellent cameras. Okay, this lens right here. I'm just like drooling over the lens. The lights, the team behind. Good job, man. Good job.
Yes, girl.
It's all Major Music. This is all powered by Major Music. And when this, it's also a relationship that that I need to learn from you guys as well. How do me and Jared how can we communicate better? How
Yep.
can we keep our relationship filled with trust and faith in each other that this project will work?
Yep.
Right? So I'm learning from you guys. I'm learning from you guys and also from so many different people every time I sit down and talk to different guests, right? So Alicia, how was what are some of the challenges that you have to face when we put ourselves on social media?
For me, sometimes it's the comment.
You're like,
Sorry.
Make sure that she's heard.
Yeah, for me, a lot of the times it's like the visual comments that people make about us or the way we sound. It's very,
do you guys get that?
yeah.
We get racist comments as well.
Yeah, we get racist comments.
I delete the ones on
Do
Facebook.
tell.
Yeah, because
Some-
she knows I'll be like, excuse me?
Yeah.
So
Right,
she
right,
will
right.
I will
purposely
cry.
delete them first.
Yeah, I normally I see because I'm on. She's the Instagram queen, and
Yeah,
then
right.
I'm always on Facebook, so
Yeah, right.
I manage the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
I see the notification. What's that? Delete.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even get a chance to see it.
no.
But
Then,
Yeah.
then I was
Ignorance
like,
is bliss.
then I'll be like, yeah, Alyssa, that comment. She's like, what?
but sometimes when I do see it, I'll just cry.
Yeah.
Like I
Some are
would
really
break down.
nasty.
I
babe.
know two of them gets really affected. I have been through a lot of cyberbullying since very long time ago, and I'm like
Numb.
Yeah, numb to
Yep.
to
Yeah.
like I don't care. So I'm just like this. Sometimes they will comment about body or whether this person can sing or not. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, we are doing this. Where are you? You're just commenting behind the keyboard saying
Right.
this and that.
Right.
You know?
Spreading hate.
Yeah.
You know?
It's exactly because they have nothing to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Yet
it's
they are
true.
on other
Yep.
people's social media typing away.
Yeah. So I think for me that it's that because one, I don't like being called something that I'm not.
You're right.
Yeah. And a lot of the times it's like you don't even know us.
Yeah.
If you listen to our music, you'd know who we are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If you actually got to know us, we are not what you think we are.
Yes. Yeah.
We're really nice. We're like sisters. We're fun. We're crazy. We love to eat food.
I was waiting when this topic will come out. It only took about 40 minutes.
If you want to talk about what's been really consistent in our life, it is our love for food. Sometimes I wish it's not that big, but unfortunately it just is. Okay? Oh my god.
Can I join the club now?
Yeah, can, girl.
Makan with Tiga So.
Yeah.
What is the hashtag? Yeah,
Why
it's Tiga
not?
So Makan. Yeah.
So we have a hashtag for it.
Let's do the
And this-
MS what?
Oh, ASMR?
ASMR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Korean
Tiga So.
Yeah.
noodles.
Oh my god, fried chicken,
Music
whatever.
Nation special. Mukbang edition. First guest has to be Tiga Soul. Hey,
No.
we chop.
Well, actually, first guest is Carmen.
Oh.
Carmen. 'Cause we were planning to do a hot pot one.
Oh, my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
nice,
okay.
so
We'll,
nice.
we'll spend
So second.
the life. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay, second one.
We'll be second, okay? Book ready.
Yeah. So nasty comments.
Yeah.
And so how, knowing that it is superficial and knowing that it is on social media, how do you prep yourself mentally, or how do you armor yourself mentally? This is for three of you guys.
Yeah.
I think I've learned that you can't change a person,
Yeah.
but you can change yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can never expect anything better or worse from anybody else. And the best thing to do is just let them be. Because it's like you're really ignorant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's your thing to change, or that's your thing to fix. Or if you think you're fine, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but for us, we can just be supportive of each other and
Yep.
learn to always love yourself, even though people say different things about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also accepting that not everyone will like
Like
our
you.
music.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah.
everyone will
Yeah.
like our covers.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
everyone will even like our look. You know?
Yeah. I love it. I love
Thanks,
it.
girl.
Yeah.
Thanks, girl.
Oh, speaking of looks, covers, and songs, it's time to introduce the new single.
I was looking at you like, where's she going with this?
Is that Carmen's comments on the chat?
Sudden shout out, law. Comment is inside. So tell me about Hear Me Out. How was the writing process? What is it about? And it's up on all digital platforms, right?
Yeah.
Streaming
Yes.
on digital
Yes,
platforms.
yes, yes.
Is there a music video coming out? Share with us all the juicy deets.
Mystical Mirage. Yeah. Yeah.
Kenneth.
Yeah, while I scroll through all the
Comments?
comments.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Tell
Actually,
us.
can we start with "Bad for Your Heart" first?
Oh,
'Cause
Yes.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
baby lah.
It's a Christmas thing because that was our Christmas song.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad for Your Heart. I saw the music video. It was amazing. It's
Take
so
it over.
it's so touching. Yeah.
Well, Bad for Your Heart. Every time I talk about it, I'm always it's always bringing me to a place, a special place. So we actually had this songwriting camp,
Yeah.
so to speak, when we needed to come up with a few original songs for a show.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So during that time as well, we will sort of encourage each other, and you just if you have anything, you just write and then show. We'll get together and then we'll do it lah.
Yeah.
So basically, Bad for Your Heart sort of just came suddenly like that. I'd say suddenly doesn't mean that I finished it in 5 minutes. I'm not Taylor Swift. I kind of just sat down and I wanted to do this 6/8 song, something that is something that is pulling at people's heart.
Yeah.
Funny that the title is that.
Yeah.
But I sat down and I reflected on all the bad relationships, all the toxic friends, all the work environment that I gotten out of, that kind of situation. And this song just sort of just came into place like that. It was kind of magical actually for me.
Yeah.
So I wrote it, and then the title weren't even there yet. It was just like there in the lyrics. So I just showed the girls when we were like at my place and we were writing together. At that time we were working on other songs as well. I'm just like, I was really scared. Okay, I'm like, girls, I actually just wrote this, and can you guys just listen to it and tell me how you feel about it?
Yeah.
And then after that, I was so surprised that they liked it. Then we just invited Jack to come in and put in his magic with the chords and everything, because
Shout
I can
out to
only
Jacqueline.
yeah,
Oh,
shout out to
Jack
Jack
Lim.
Lim. He doesn't have social media, so
Good for him.
yeah. I just wrote basic chords right, and then after that he just put in his magic, and then the song just came together. So I think all of us identify with parts of the song
Yeah.
because we all have stories of bad relationships or friends or whatever it is, so I hope that not only for us, but also for the people who are listening as well, that they can relate to the
Yeah.
song and try to get themselves out of that situation. Because if you are in this toxic environment, you think that you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You just continue to okay, I'll be strong, but it's actually hurting you in the long run.
Of course.
And also, if you try to get out of it, it will hurt
Yeah.
more. But
What you get after that is
Yes.
even more rewarding.
yes,
Your
you-
soul
you will
especially.
you will eventually heal, and
Yeah.
you will be better for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
This
that's
too
the
shall
song.
pass, right? So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is bad for
Bad
your
for your heart,
heart.
Yeah.
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 Then after that, we went to we worked with MKNK Clinton.
Clinton.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's that. We're very proud of this baby.
Yeah. Hear me
And-
out, right?
no,
sorry.
Bad for Your Heart.
Bad for your heart. Sorry.
And also the music video, we actually kind of just did everything on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sachi pulled the team together.
Yeah.
So I handled the production side
Yeah.
with Ting as well.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Ting.
Shout out Ting.
And Michael Lim from Jimero.
Yes.
He was a producer for that.
Yeah.
I see.
Go, Michael.
I see. I see.
Then me and my sister and Ting edited the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Our own girl.
This is as indie as it can
As-
get,
yeah.
as independent
It was
as it
indie.
can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you see, like we have so much. If we put our minds to it, what excuse
can
do we
be done.
have?
Yes, even I mean, when we were in ICOM as well, I was like, no, we have to have a label.
Ah.
We have to have like this 6-digit budget or whatever, blah blah blah. Have to have the network with the Sultan or whatever to get it done.
yeah.
But now I'm like, no,
No.
you can get it done. You just need to put your mind to it.
Yeah.
And of
Yes.
course,
Yeah.
the planning and everything else. Yeah.
Just start doing it first, and then the
Yeah.
planning will come on its own. Yeah, because what other excuse do you have, right?
Yeah.
You have to
Correct.
finish it. Yeah. So after Bad for Your Heart, then we have
Hear me out.
yes, which is our your latest single.
Yes.
So what is it about?
So I wrote that with Shazi from Replay Music.
Ah.
Yeah, because I'm also a songwriter under Replay Music. So
I
I've always been writing with Shazi as well.
I see.
Then I was like, Shazi, I have a girl group, right? I'm like, help us out.
Hear us out.
yeah.
Oh.
So I told him that, hey, because we are very influenced with the 90s era,
Yes.
so let's infuse that element
Yes.
and then make it into a pop song. So it's like when you hear Me Out, you hear that 80s, 90s disco beat,
Beat,
but
yeah.
then with very modern pop
Production.
melody.
Melodies.
Ah. I see,
So
I see.
even with them, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh my god, are they gonna like it? Like, is it too, I don't know, straight
Cheesy.
pop or something? Yeah, correct. Or is it too cheesy as well?
Right.
But then when I showed it to them, they were like, girl, we gotta record this tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we got in the studio like a few days after.
Yeah.
Literally a few days after.
Few days
we were
after,
like,
right? Like the verse 2 don't even have yet.
yeah. We were like, let's go in.
Yeah.
And then we went in.
Because it's such a bop.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like you
Just touchy.
like you said, it's it has the elements of, songs that we grew up with.
Yes.
But also it's danceable and it's TikTokable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the formula today. That I regrettably realized. I'm a bit too old to be on TikTok, but
No lah, never too old lah.
and I cannot dance. So that is another issue. But so it's a very nice blend of keeping up with the times, but also keeping true to your own
brand.
sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you really, really listen to the song, right, you can also hear all the different layers, the vocal layers as well. I wanted to give tribute to like Destiny's Child, TLC,
Yeah.
SWB, but modern Tiga Soul.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's from Malaysia.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So Jared, do we have the song ready? I think we can. Yeah? Is it playing? Is it playing?
I wish that I could get you alone to find out what we're about. If I could just say it out, I would. I wish that I could get you alone to let you know how I feel, to tell you that this is real for me. But I don't know what you're feeling, wondering, hoping if this is right tonight. I'm trying to find ways to get you, talking about what you're feeling tonight. Won't you hear me out now? Come a little closer. I just wanna tell you right now. Won't you hear me out now? Gotta take my chances. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine. Won't you hear me out? Make you mine. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine. Won't you hear me out? Gotta make you mine. I gotta say it now, oh, it's gone. 'Cause you're the one that I need. I'll make it right, take the lead in me. I gotta say it now, oh, it's gone. This could be my only chance. I wanna be more than friends, you see. But I don't know what you're feeling, wondering, hoping if this is right tonight. I'm trying to find ways to get you, talking about what you're feeling tonight. Won't you hear me out now? Come a little closer. I just wanna tell you right now. Won't you hear me out now? Gotta take my chances. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine. Won't you hear me out? Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine. Won't you hear me out? Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine now. Know what you're feeling, wondering, hoping if this is right. I'm trying to find ways to get you, talking about what you're feeling tonight. Won't you hear me out now? Come a little closer. I just wanna tell you right now. Won't you hear me out now? Gotta take my chances. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine, make you mine, make you mine. Gotta make you mine, make you mine, make you mine now. Gotta make you mine, make you mine.
I'm even in the
Thank
right
you all
key.
very much. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
A cappella. It's okay. You gotta go with whatever you start with, right?
Yeah.
So, one more thing about this, making music and writing music and singing together. What are the plans for next year then? If hopefully when this dies down, are we gonna be, now I have to be the commercial talk show hosting. Do we have plans? Yeah. What are Tiga Soul's plans? Things like that.
So we do have a new single on the way.
Who?
Yes. I'll just tell them the name of the song. The name of the song is Queen, Queen. And girl, you feel some type of way. We feel some type of way. That is the whole idea of the song.
Yeah, that's the
it's to
intention.
empower you regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality,
Yep.
regardless of your skin tone, whatever you are, whoever you are.
Yeah.
It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. And that's the song that is coming out next.
Who? When?
Tu tunggu dulu lah. Well, if you follow our social media pages,
Correct.
Yes, which I
You'll
will
know.
tag after.
Yeah.
In the link.
yeah.
Below.
So you'll definitely know when it comes out if you follow us on social media.
Yes. Tiga Soul. Right. Okay. So a few more, maybe 2 or 3 more topics that I would like to get into very, very quickly because I know you guys are hustling women and cikgu, and businesswoman, host,
Businesswoman,
Yeah.
queen.
queens. Yeah, we all need some rest, right? So, and thank you all for coming all the way to Puchong.
No, thank you for having us.
We're having
Not that far.
we're having so much fun. You can
Yeah, it's fine,
bring
it's fine.
10,000 topics also. We can talk.
Yeah, no problem.
Keeping it
And food. Next time we'll have food. Confirm.
your podcast. You have to edit 3 hours.
Why not? I mean, if Joe Rogan could do it with Post
Yeah,
Malone for 4 hours.
exactly. Yeah,
why
why
not?
not?
All right, so I mean, back to a pretty somber topic, which Alicia was talking about before. So for me, not getting to the point of burnout is very, very important because of course we have goals, we have places that we want to achieve, achieve for ourselves and things like that. But how do we maintain our sanity
Yeah.
and will and motivation to continue doing it every day when we wake up, right? To choose to do it continuously. And that for me is knowing when to rest, listening to my body,
Yeah.
Yeah.
truly knowing who I am, what I want, and how do I go about it?
Yeah.
And I've had to learn that. I wouldn't say it was a difficult journey, but it definitely took this year to make me realize who I am and what I want, right? And that's where opportunities started coming in.
Yeah.
So, how are your individual battles with burnout, and what do you do to combat it? I guess because this is a very important topic because
Yeah,
our
yeah.
jobs are not like a 9 to 5 thing.
Correct. It's
it's
so
not.
unpredictable.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we could be, working 20 hours tomorrow and then have 0 for the next week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
You know, continuing on that, it's the worst when, you already know, let's say you have a long shoot today, all right. Then suddenly you get text, hey, we have this great opportunity for you, but it has to happen tomorrow.
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
Do I say
I
yes
have
or
to
no?
take it, I have to
Say
take
yes
it.
or- Yeah,
And you before this, like when I was a bit younger, I'm
correct. So can one, everything. Yes,
Yeah, can
Yeah.
Sleep can wait.
Right? What even is sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how is it like for you guys?
I think for me, I will start first because I'm the oldest in the group and I have been through a lot of burnt outs in my life. So
What is burnout like for you?
oh my god! Because I had a medical background, and you can imagine how hard interns and how residents work in the hospital.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it would be average of 70, 80, 90 hours week. And I worked 3 years in that system, and I was heading towards a general big burnt out, like a huge burnt out.
Especially since she's Asian in Australia.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a woman as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being woman and Asian is the worst thing actually. I get bullied, so I get the most workloads. So because of that, and somehow before I quit, I was in the psych ward for a year. not as a patient, almost, but
On the way way there.
Yeah, all the way there. Like, I mean, in the end, I had to get therapy for myself, but that was
Right.
that bad. So I was heading towards a big burnt out, and then after that, I decided this is not what I want to do for my life.
Yeah.
I need to do something that is more fulfilling for my soul.
Yeah.
Therefore, I came back to KL to do this. But it seems that I never learned from my mistakes.
Because how to distinguish between burning out and you're actually enjoying doing what you do, and then you keep
Correct.
saying yes.
Because there is a tipping point one. You just work and work and work and work. Suddenly,
Yeah.
you are at that point
Yeah.
of burned out.
Right.
So I think as an individual, you have to learn to recognize what are the red flags.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think all of us are learning the same thing as we work together as
Yeah.
well. So I think one good thing about being in the girl group is that we can remind each other
Yeah.
about that.
Hydrate yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get
And
enough
also,
sleep.
Make sure you eat
Yeah.
food.
So yes, I would say that I still haven't really learned from my mistake because nowadays I'm streaming 4, 5, 6 hours a day.
Right.
So
You're a
so-
hustler lah,
so
Kelly.
it's like sometimes you feel good doing that.
Workaholic.
You feel good doing that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You feel that at the end of at night you sleep really well.
Yeah.
But then
I
at
have a
what
purpose.
yes, at what point do you tell yourself you gotta stop and you gotta stop worrying so much about it?
Yes.
I think it's because the MCO lah, because we all worry about like we don't have performances, we don't have
Yeah.
shows.
Yes.
So
Everything postponed lah, cancel
Yeah.
lah.
So
So you have
even
to
more.
create your own.
Yes.
Yes, it's even more important. So now also, even though I'm like still working crazy hours, I'm telling myself, okay, I will do one day of doing nothing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's
Yeah,
a rule.
I force myself to do nothing.
A Sabbath.
yeah.
I'm still like half working lah, you know.
right.
But not
right.
actually actively working. So that's how I sort of help myself to combat that, not to head to an actual burnout.
Right.
That's for me lah.
Discipline to work and also discipline to not work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Right?
That's so true. Discipline to what? Discipline to not work.
Yeah.
Because we are so tempted. Everything, our work is all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also our leisure is all here as well, right? So how? Right?
Yeah.
So do we when it's our off day, do we go and check our emails? Or right?
Yeah.
So what about you? Lisa?
So I've learned my lesson. I have.
From that, yeah.
For me, I live life very chilled.
Yeah.
Usually. And after my whole burnout session, I just realized I'll do what I need to do and I'll do what I don't need to do. Like I won't do what I don't need to do.
Yeah.
So that has really helped me. Like if I need to chill,
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I'm not replying anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not checking on anybody. I will literally go quiet.
Good.
And no, and people will be like, my mom will text me. She'll be like, "You've been awfully quiet. Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah,
I'm chilling.
I'm chilling, away from the world." You know, and that's really helped.
Yeah.
And I'm happier that way. I realize if I take a day at a time, like even if we have a show that week or whatever. Sometime when I feel like learning or when I feel like doing it, I will do it. But I've learned, like, if I don't feel like doing something, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
Because one, I'm not putting 100% into
yes.
it.
Yeah.
Two, I'm not doing the work justice.
Yeah.
I say I love it.
Yeah.
I say I love it, but I'm not honoring that love.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. So I always check myself, like, do I actually feel like doing it, or am I doing it because I have to do it?
And you don't want to stamp a negative perspective on it.
Yeah.
Every time you realize, you're like, this again.
Yeah, yeah.
And then a bit of
And-
trauma.
Yeah.
But-
correct.
And ever since then, I've never felt like that.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like I'm good. Like when I come to rehearsal, I'm like, "Yo, guys, what's up, girls?"
Yeah.
And
I'm
the
hyped.
bounce is there.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
As compared to this song again.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
super hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also like, you find different joys after burning out. Yeah. Like when you realize that there's so much silence in the world, actually,
Yeah.
and that silence is wonderful.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true.
Genuinely wonderful.
Bliss.
Yeah. And being able to just wake up and not having that heavy weight
Yes.
on your shoulders is so nice.
Yes, because in our industry, we have to entertain, not just on stage, but also with people. Like
Yeah.
we have to talk and things like that. So, to be honest, like I don't even listen to music anymore when I'm driving. I,
Oh my god, same.
yeah.
Unless I have to learn something or practice, it's work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
But
you don't listen to music at all.
not anymore. I would say 80% of the time I would be listening to podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 20% is if I have to learn a song
yeah.
or, you know,
Trying to memorize the lyrics.
yeah, or if an artist I really, really like came
Just
out with
release something.
Yes,
Yeah.
like you guys, you know.
Get me out in the cab.
Exactly. I'm gonna hear you guys out. So it's always I want to pick what goes in here and therefore what goes in here, right?
That is so important. Choosing what you are consuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah. So what about you?
Okay, for me, my burnout also was very until I was working so much until my body crashed that I had to learn to rest. Because right now I'm also managing 5 different social media accounts. And you know, with one account, you're constantly having to five. You always have to do ideas. Then I'm also doing the production side,
Yes.
the execution side,
Yes.
the copywriting, all the marketing, the stories, the Facebook, the YouTube, the TikTok. You know, so I learned that scheduling is very, very important.
Yes.
So that's why, like when I mentioned earlier, okay, let's say even if a big opportunity suddenly came last minute, you know, if it's really, really, really not, I guess, convenient for my health at that time, I would just have to pass because I know myself. If I push, my body, because I have vertigo and very bad anxiety as well. And when an attack happens, it just stays.
Right.
So in a way, with the MCO, I'm also grateful that I learned how to appreciate stillness.
Right.
You know, and in the stillness, so much creativity came.
Yes.
That's why now I can handle 5 accounts.
Because all the noise is being filtered out.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
more noise. Then you hear what has been going on
Exactly.
within, right?
And you know, it might be ugly to just listen to what's been going on within, but you
yeah.
have to pass that ugly
yes.
to really heal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew, goosebumps.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god! But really though, like because my mind is always and then the
It's so
expectation on
scattered.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so scattered that in that stillness, I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine to not post anything.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
also okay to not work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my savings are like, hello, girl.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still have a house. I still have food on my table. I'm so blessed. I'm
Yes.
so abundant already.
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
love around me. Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like
Good. So
like no,
Real talk.
but like just so on that, it's like it just goes to show that this CMCO, MCO, whatever it is, it's a good way to show us that what we have is what we want,
Yeah.
not actually what we need. What we need, we already have,
Yeah. Yeah.
and everything else is just a want.
Extra.
Yeah, it's just an extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that.
Yes. When we take out all the extra things, we realize actually how
Much we have.
Yeah.
much we have and how little we actually need.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Right? Like
Yeah.
going to groceries. I don't know how to grocery shop lah. I only buy like ready-made stuff because I cannot cook to save my life, right?
I was gonna cook lah, girl.
Hence,
It's okay. We're professional eaters. Okay. We take pride in that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, if food don't taste good, we will tell you it's not good.
you cook, I'll do the dishes, okay? But so okay, coming back to this, I think this will be our last question for the night because I've already gotten so much from you guys, and as much as I would like to keep talking, I think it's always good to keep them coming back for more.
Yep. That's
course.
true.
Oh, yeah.
Because we still have the mukbang
Exactly.
part 2.
Imagine eating, right? That's why we're talking about damn serious topic.
You eat the spicy stuff some more at the same time.
Hyperventilating. All right, so this is a bit of a personal one because I know you guys personally. So for me, this has been a bit of a struggle. Well, not really a struggle, but it's something that I find a bit hard to balance, and I'm trying out something new as well, like different mindset going into this. So as working women, as gorgeous working women, right? Thank you. Who has yeah fan, give all the fan. How do you deal with? What are some of the things that you have to balance in terms of personal life with your partners?
You mean like personal and work?
Yeah, personal and work, and also, because you guys are more seen.
Like performing on stage and stuff
Right,
like that,
right,
right?
Yes, and on social media as well. Some partners may not be comfortable with that, or so. This is I'm asking because a lot of social media is so accessible for everybody, and especially young girls. So when if they are serious about going into this industry, this is also an aspect of their life that they have to think about,
Yeah.
and they have to sort out, because
Yeah.
you cannot just have a really good professional life and your family and relationship is not aligned. Then is it worth it at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Right. So and I wish that we start thinking about that earlier. So that we live and we learn, right? So how is it like in terms of scheduling, in terms of being in front, in terms of communicating with clients who are mostly men sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and having a good work and
Personal relationship.
balance.
Balance.
Yeah.
I think I look around the room and I think we're pretty lucky because all of our partners are very understanding
supportive,
and
yeah.
also probably also half in the same industry, So for me personally, my partner is the one who encourages me to do more, more. But of course rest, but more as in you need to be have more exposure, you need to do more live streams so that people know you.
So he helps you in that way.
He's in the same industry as well. He's in events, so that's how we met. So basically, we work together to maintain that branding. So I think it's I'm very lucky that way.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have access that felt the same way. So I'm glad that I've come to this point of my life that everything is just balance. It's just like for me as a Libra, balance is key.
Yes. Yes. You weigh it. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, understand. What about you, babe?
For me, let's talk about like my students, because I know I have a lot of my students look at us and they're like, I want to be a singer.
Yes.
I want to be in the music. And the first thing I ask them is, I never ask them what they want to be.
Yeah.
I always ask them, what do you love? And if you love fame and fortune and all of that,
Then this is.
then don't get into it.
Yeah.
Because if that's what you want, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
But if you love the music,
Yeah.
then go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because somebody said this, I can't remember who, but they said, you never do it for what you can get in return. You always do it for what it actually is.
Yeah.
The process of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music itself.
Yes.
And they look at us and they're like, oh, I want to do that. And then, they have their parents where they're like,
Yes.
music is not a career.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's one. And remember, we also mentioned about how your students look at us like, oh, you have it so easy.
Yes, they
So
tell
sing a
me.
real song. Yeah, you
So
just go on stage and
you do
sing that
songs.
thing. And I'm
You do
like,
lah?
But I feel like you can't tell them like you do lah. You can't say that because
They don't know, right?
they don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So you have to be like, okay, so this is how it actually is. You wake up, you got to spend your money on your makeup. On
Oh,
your
so this is your
costume.
students.
Yeah.
Who told you guys that
Told me. Singing very easy lah. All you do go out and sing only what?
your student?
Yeah, my students.
No, not their parents.
No, students.
Everyone also got
But
that,
I'm
right?
guessing they learned it from somewhere lah.
Yeah.
And they'll say stuff like that, and I'll be like, okay, just so you know, it's not that simple.
Yeah.
You need to learn your harmony or your melody.
Yeah.
You need to memorize like 18 songs, whatever it is.
Even singing in pitch is
it's
really
hard.
actually
Not
on its own.
easy.
Yeah. You have to be comfortable, singing in different languages. If you don't know it, you gotta learn it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Overcoming stage fright.
Yeah.
having stage
There's a
presence.
lot.
Yeah.
Taking care of your voice.
Yes. And there's a lot.
Stamina as well.
Yeah, girl. So it's always about telling them, hey, it's not as clean cut as you think it is. It's not. So I always have to like put them in their place for that. As it goes for like personal relationship and stuff, I'm super lucky. Like the person that I'm with is very chilled, like me. you know, like we're very go with the flow. He's a bit more like A is A, B is B, C is C, D, D, and we need to get that done. I'm a bit more like, we get it done or we get it done. It feels right lah.
Good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that always works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's always like, he always pushes me like, you can do it.
Yeah.
And for me, you have to be very gentle with me. You can't be like, why are you not doing it? You have
Yep,
to do
yep,
it.
yep.
You can't do that with me. You have to be like, well, think of it this way. If you try it, just take the first step and everything will be fine. So it works out that way.
Right.
And I think it's also about knowing when to spend time with who and what,
Yes,
Yeah.
boundaries.
where your
Boundaries.
focus goes.
Yeah.
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 So if it's school, it's school. If it's your partner, it's your partner. If it's Tiga Soul, it's Tiga Soul.
Yeah.
Right.
And keep it that way.
Yeah.
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 And even like taking the first step, it takes so much courage.
Yeah, it
People
does.
think it's so easy, but you know, when you're in that position, it's harder than you think.
Yeah.
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 Like recording recording for the first time.
Yeah.
Won't you hear me?
But you needed that experience to grow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the first step, and look at where you are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good
So
job.
It's all about taking the first step.
Yeah.
right, and then something that I truly believe in, and this is something that Marcus told me. When you take care of the music takes care of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. So it's to parents who are worried. If you're sending your kids to music school, make sure they do it because they love it, not because
Yeah.
you love
them.
it.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's
Can't
it.
stress that
and
enough.
and that's a common thing with Asian parents. It's always, well, I want you to do this and I want you to do that. And that's
Yeah.
just the ego talking.
Yeah.
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 Well, we're slowly changing that, hopefully, right? And what about you?
For me, I agree with what they've mentioned as well. And I'm also very lucky to have Ting because he is very supportive and he's not insecure at all. And he's very encouraging. He's like, you know, you want to do this? Go do it.
Yeah.
And there's trust all the time as
Yeah.
well, you know? And I really appreciate the fact that he is not so into the social media world, although he is a photographer and videographer.
Yeah.
Because I'm always the one like, oh, this one has to look good. This one has to be aesthetic. Or if I'm on vacation, I have to take this, take that, content. But he's like, no. Is it really important right now? When you come back from this trip, what are you going to remember?
Yeah.
The photo or the trip?
Or the feeling.
Or the feeling that you get, you know. Then I'm like
Yeah.
thinking, actually, yeah, you're right. Like, why am I stressing? Oh, I need to vlog this, you know, this for my
Right.
YouTube lah, for my Instagram lah, this or that. And I was very unhappy actually. Yeah, and then I'm like, wait, I'm spending so much money on this trip that all I care about is content.
Yeah.
But it's through that I realized priorities. What is your
Alright,
priority right
alright.
now?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you gonna rest or you want to work?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, balance, priorities, knowing your boundaries, setting, knowing yourself through this journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very, very excited and I'm very hopeful. And not hopeful. I know that you guys, will. Because it's such a good foundation already,
Yeah.
and you guys have such chemistry, such good relationship that I have no doubt that this is only the beginning, and we will definitely see more of Tiga. So like hopefully AIM very, very soon. Just saying, right? Places
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
because why not?
Yeah.
Right? If not, yeah. Anyways, I have my own
Yeah.
qualms about it.
But I do want to like just continue on to that topic with the personal relationships and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Let's say if somebody that's hearing right now, you want to be a singer, but then your partner is insecure and everything, right? It's also important to know that, that persona that comes out on stage is an alter ego.
yes.
Yes.
It does not mean, we put it on.
Yes, like
Yeah, but
We have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
Even
you ima-
Beyonce has an alter ego. Sasha
Sasha
Fierce,
Fierce, yeah.
Lady Gaga as well. That's what helps them,
Yes.
So yeah, just know that, and I hope that knowing that gives you some sort of comfort.
that actually reminded me. I had this conversation in the very beginning of this current relationship because he was insecure. In the beginning. So that was exactly what I said. You know, when you see me on stage and when you see me off stage, I'm different.
Yep.
Yeah. So then after that, he overcome the insecurity, and then after that,
Right.
it's like, okay, you go and perform more. It's different,
Yeah.
completely different.
Correct. Because
Yeah,
of
when
course,
they
as
know.
and as a performer, of course, you want to be charming.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
want to be attractive.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
that's
Yeah.
your time to shine.
Exactly.
Takkan lah you nak gotta make you mine.
Yeah.
It's a different energy that
Yeah.
as your performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine us just walking around with our stage performance?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be tired. I'll be like, I'll see y'all when y'all are done. Good night.
You can definitely see, especially if you're backstage with us, right?
Yeah.
On stage, like, wow.
but-
The moment, okay, the waiting for set 2. You know,
Yeah.
you just have to just
Breathe.
Switch off, and then switch on.
Reset,
you know?
yeah.
Exactly. Like even before this podcast started, we were all just super quiet.
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
our
Yeah.
like recentering ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, because then like we know that we have to be on.
Correct.
It is
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
And on, right?
And it's not like a fake thing, you know.
No,
It-
no.
How to explain? It's
It's a part of us that it's an involvement of us.
Yeah.
Evolvement.
Evolvement.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
evolvement of us.
Yeah.
So that when you watch, we are giving you
100%.
energy. Yeah, we're giving
Yeah.
you so much energy
Yeah.
so that you can feel it. You understand who we are. Everything is just heightened.
Yeah.
But we are still who we are, just heightened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it
that's
is a
true.
part of us.
Yeah, it is.
It's not something that we have to put on. It is authentic. It's just a different part.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Right? Okay. And on that note, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, girl, for having us.
I'm very
personally, it's like my favorite podcast.
Yeah, this is
already.
definitely my favorite one.
Thank you so much, Joe.
no worries.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Like
being
deep,
here.
real conversation.
Have to lah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we close, before we end, before we, hit the end button, can we hear you guys sing a little
Can.
bit?
Sure.
So, shall I give you the notes?
Yes.
Song?
Okay.
Chorus
And-
ah.
Yeah. Chorus and a bit of outro. lah.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and
Won't you hear me out now? Come a little closer. I just wanna tell you right now. Won't you hear me out now? Gotta take my chances. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine.
Won't you hear me
Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine now. Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine.
Won't you hear me
Gotta make you mine. Gotta make you mine now.
That
So
was
happy already, Key.
That was the only thing I was like, gotta make you mine, gotta make you
that
mine.
was such a trip listening to you guys in the headphones like that. Everything is so clear. I wish all of you guys like when you're rewatching this, like please put headphones on. Like it's amazing. Like you guys, the blendability, the harmony.
we've come a long way.
Oh yes, we have.
Just put it on like that, right? Just to get there. So, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. This is Tiga Soul. Check them out on social media. It's at Tiga Soul _
yeah.
on Instagram, and they have their YouTube channel, and also find Tiga Soul on Spotify to stream their music, and I'm sure we will hear more from them very, very soon. So thank you all for watching, and have a great night.
Bye. Good night. Why you like harmony?
All right, makan time. No, just kidding.